The Big Spring has been the center of Huntsville activity for over 200 years. Millions of gallons of water flow from the spring daily. Though the spring has mainly been used to supply Huntsville with water, in 1843 the area was given to the city with the stipulation that the city pay to beautify the area. This was the first step towards becoming what the spring is today, a spot for recreation and leisure. It is a karst spring, fed from an underground cave system approximately 60 feet below. The cave system extends northeast to Chapman Mountain, east to Maple Hill Cemetery, northwest to approximately Big Cove Road, and an unknown distance into Montesano Mountain. While many Huntsvillians have likely entered the Big Cave system over the years, the first documented entry was around 1917. Beginning in the 1940s, state geologist Walter B. Jones ventured into the cave several times and mapped the part under the city. The Big Spring was discovered by early travelers of the area, and word spread to the other pioneers of its existence. John Hunt, the settler Huntsville was named for, built his home near the Big Spring in 1805. The Big Spring was an abundant water source, which was important for frontier livelihood, travel, and economic growth, so the city of Huntsville was built up around it. The Indian Creek Canal, sometimes referred to as the Fearn Canal, was constructed so plantation owners could ship cotton from Huntsville to the Tennessee River. The canal starts at the head of the Big Spring. In this image, bales of cotton are shipped down the canal by a type vessel called a keelboat. Over the years, more people came to settle in Huntsville. As the population grew, people had to live farther and farther away from the Big Spring. It became more difficult for people to get water to their homes. In 1823, Hunter Peel partnered with James Barclay to engineer a waterworks of cedar log pipes, each about 8 feet long, connected to a wooden turbine, which operated a pump that forced the water up into a reservoir. This waterworks was the first in the state of Alabama. In 1836, the waterworks were upgraded with durable iron pipes and an iron pump. The Big Spring was the main water source for Huntsville from 1805 until 1957. During the 19th century, St. Bartley Primitive Baptist Church, Huntsville's oldest African American church, held a baptism event at the Big Spring on the second Sunday in May every year. This was a big event in the community, with other African American churches closing for the day and worshiping with the St. Bartley's congregation. These images show large crowds of people around the spring for the baptisms. This panorama shows us that by the 1930s, the design of the park around the Big Spring was similar to its design today. These improvements in design are thanks to Colonel Hiram M. Chittenden, Chief Engineer of the 4th Army Corps, who was stationed in Huntsville during the Spanish-American War. Visible in the back right of this photo is a brick pump house that was also one of his improvements. Notice that the tree trunks are painted white. This is to protect young trees as they are growing. By 1960, a new water treatment facility was built on the Tennessee River. The Tennessee then became Huntsville's main water source, and the Big Spring was no longer used for water. The Big Spring officially became solely a park. In 1968, the Big Spring Park got a makeover. The new design can be seen in this 1973 aerial photo. It was part of Huntsville's effort to revitalize the downtown area. That year, the park was renamed Big Spring International Park to honor Huntsville's growing international citizenry. Big Spring became a center of leisure and activity in downtown Huntsville. An example of this is Pops in the Park, a summer concert series held in Big Spring Park in the 1970s. Concerts in the park are still a popular way to enjoy the summer in Huntsville. The Big Spring Lion, a small cast iron statue, was given to the city of Huntsville by J.F. Hummel. Hummel was a Civil War veteran who fought for the Union but settled in Huntsville after the war. Researchers estimate that the lion was installed at the Big Spring in the late 1800s. In the late 1980s, a city worker discovered the lion had been thrown into the spring and was beginning to rust. The lion was stored in the city greenhouse until 1995, when the historic Huntsville Foundation had the lion sandblasted, removing at least 6 coats of different colors of paint. Finally, he was given a new coat of paint and a pedestal and returned to his spot near the mouth of the spring. Generations of children have been photographed with the Big Spring Lion.